So last we left off, you guys were wrapping up your loose threads with the Hag Coven that had Demir's mother hostage. Um, they were able to make a deal with you guys of sorts so that Tobias could complete his requirement for your other hag friend, the Green Hag, um, by destroying one of the specific dolls in the tree. Um, in doing so, you agreed to have your old friend Octavia Stone make a warlock deal with these hags. Um, hey, who doesn't like more hit points, right? um, uh, everyone loves Eldritch Blast. But anyway, uh, once that was complete, the hags woke up Demir's mother and took themselves and their little harpy friend uh, to whatever they created with the ingredients he brought them. Um, uh, Demir's mom was understandably kind of frightened and freaked out about everything that was going on. Um, and you all introduced yourselves before Itri whisked himself and her away from the situation. Um, Following that, you guys spent some time looking around in the uh, within the tree itself, finding the things that the hags left behind, including lots of books and other various things that you could potentially sell if you wanted to. Um, and a couple of magic items should you want them. Um, After that, you guys decided to, I believe you teleported back to your manor just to kind of leave the creepy forest. Um, and from there, you decided to have a discussion of which people you wanted to bring as potential backup during this confrontation. Um, you landed for sure on Eitri himself, Aaron Schur uh, from the Feywild, Gregor the Great, Captain Zilzana, one of the space queers, and you were, have room for about one more person to assist you. And the people you were trying to decide between, well, the ones that you were close to thinking about, were Big Voklu, who was a goblin champion in Avatix. Um, there's Esmeralda, your friend from the beginning of the campaign, who is uh, a were-raven halfling. Ufsi, who is Tobias's dad. We talked also potentially about Zoda, your half-orc friend, and Sunival, the drow you rescued from the Shadowfell.
Hey, buddy. You know how we got you out of the Shadowfell and you thought your debt was paid? Well, not so much.
I'm calling in a solid you owe me.
Uh,
It would be
Of course, there are various sundry other people you could pick from if you so chose, but that is where we kind of left the discussion.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, the gold stars are the people that we for sure wanted to bring, and then
Mhm.
the hollow stars are who you were considering as a fifth.
That's right. I will also note you have to get into contact with each of the people you choose. But like you have access to sending, so no big deal.
No, they'll simply know by psychic intuition that we want them at the spire and then show up
No,
there.
we are simply going to kidnap them via portal that falls beneath their feet, and they suddenly land in the middle of a battle.
So just to kind of take somebody, I think, off the list, I don't think that Oafsey is probably going to be our choice, just because I think all of us are going to be a little bit too wary about having him in the final fight because of the
Okay.
risk there.
Boop.
Yeah, I think we had agreed to take I think it was Oafsey and Esmeralda, the ones that have oh, no, never mind. I feel like we had taken a few of them off the list, but I don't recall.
I
Yeah,
think
we'd left.
Cinnabar might be
it
We
was-
left each
interesting.
person's like thought people up to them on if they were comfortable having them over.
Yeah,
know
I
that we
think
said
we
no to
took
Tobias.
Oafsey
I know
and
Hawk said
Poet
no.
off the list.
Yeah,
Oafsey
I think
and
Levy said
who?
no to Poet.
My
Poet.
Oh, Poet
was
wasn't
also
even
off.
one of the final ones that you're considering.
Oh, okay.
It's
I
you're
Aaron
looking
also
at
said
Big
no to
Clue
die.
would be
you were
interesting.
looking at the ones with the hollow stars next.
And also from my notes from when we were discussing this, just looking at the configuration of the group, we're most in need of a damage spiker or someone who could hit a whole lot of damage real quick.
Yeah, Big Clue honestly was my first kind of thought when it was brought up last game. So
Yeah. I like Big
that would be
Clue
kind of
as
my
well.
choice, or Cinnabar or Big Clue.
Zoda would have good symmetry, but yeah.
I will note that I also very purposefully did not include their level distribution.
I would vote Big Clue because I think, like, at least personally, I think Zoda fits into the same category as Oafsey and Poet as too precious to the party. But
Fired.
It's okay. She can spend the time she won't be spending beating up dragons. Friggin' actually working on Demir's commission.
yeah, Demir needs her commission from Zoda. We can't risk it.
If she dies, I don't get my matching ring set.
Yeah, I think Big Vaklu would make a good fifth. Also, she both hits like a truck and can take hits like a truck. So
Yeah. I remember them being very powerful, very beautiful, very powerful.
yeah, I remember very distinctly.
Gonna say beautiful might be a strong word. I think the description I wrote for her is the fucking ugliest goblin you've ever seen.
Very beautiful.
Isn't
Very
that the ideal goblin beauty standard? Who knows? He wouldn't know.
I mean, if we're talking goblin standards, the most ugly goblin we've ever seen could be the most, like, beautiful goblin in the goddamn world. Like, goblin beauty standards and human beauty standards are on two opposite ends of what we define as beautiful and ugly.
In fairness, culturally, it also really depends on the tribe. But the more shiny things you have stuck to your person,
That's fair.
you want to be the most fuckable disco ball.
Just cover yourself in trinkets.
Yeah.
Okay.
Description here. Standing before you is a goblin. She's ugly for a goblin with snaggled teeth and a twisted, scarred mouth.
I propose immediately.
Excellent. She rejects you because she is a lesbian and also is already married. We're landing on a Big Vaklu.
Yeah, I think that's the safest fifth.
I like the idea.
Okay, so Eitri is already meeting us there. Aaronshire, we would have to help jump planes. And then
That's his
and
face.
Captain Zilzana are both at the house.
And we would need to contact and transport Big Vaklu.
Which weren't last time we talked to them, they were not wanting to get involved yet. So we would have to see if their opinion has changed with everything going tits up.
If I remember correctly, and I may be mistaking Big Vaklu for someone else, but I feel like the note that Big Vaklu and Volk ended on was like, call me if you need.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was Volk who fought her in the arena.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think
yeah.
it was like it was the clerics. I think like the church people that were kind of like, we'll help you, but like go away. We're not really doing anything.
You know, people stuff.
I'm
They're
pretty
not
sure that to
doing
get
anything.
Vakula
It's
on
more
board, just
that
have to be
they,
like, "Hey, want to fight a dragon?"
It's not that they're not doing anything. It's more that they're trying to protect the church rather than beyond.
All of reality.
We're trying to protect the church, not the world. Even though the church is in the world, but you know.
They've been called by a higher power. This isn't a
Money.
metaphor
Mere
for-
an atheist in a world where gods exist and has spoken to gods and still is like.
First of all, I want to say this isn't a metaphor for modern times at all. Second of all, atheists in fantasy realms they know that the gods exist, but they don't believe they're worthy of being worshipped.
Yeah, I've
So
seen
more
that character
agnostic.
archetype elsewhere. It's pretty interesting, actually.
Yeah, that's more or less Demir's position. Like,
I've conversely seen a character with the basis that their culture straight up does not believe that gods are powerful. But they're kind of just like people with big heads and a large spell repertoire or something. That's very interesting to introduce to.
Very fair.
Very
Uh,
interesting.
But on the flip side, like the thing with the gods is that there's, I mean, not to get too philosophical about it, but there is a certain level of mutual respect. They grant the powers to the people that worship them because they care about them, at least on some level, and vice versa. It has to be a mutual thing. But anyway, we're going to get
Anyway.
Anyway, to kidnap a goblin.
You want to be
well,
part
I
of the
believe
coolest
you are
fight
the
you'll
one
ever
with
see?
sending.
But yeah, so I guess I bust out ascending and be like, "Yo, Baklu buddy, the shit's hitting the fan. You want in?"
Is that what you say?
Obviously. Okay, brain. Figuring out how to convince a goblin it is time to kick some ass. Hey, you know how you were saying to give you a jingle when things hit the fan? Well, the fan has been hit. But no, okay, fuck it. We'll wing it. We're doing it live. No, I don't want to scan for viruses. Go away.
Get us sending out of nowhere. We're trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty.
Mighty Baklu. The time anomalies are coming to a head. We are prepping to have the final fight. Are you in? Okay, I got 4 left. Do you need transport? There we go. 25.
Response comes to you shortly.
No shit. Well, I'll come. Don't know where it is. What? Probably teleport.
Okay, so we'll pick up Baklu.
All right, so Voklu's in.
And we need to contact Aaronshire. I need to do this ending, or are you able to contact him? Irving?
Is it a new day? Well, I'm not on the same plane anymore, so I can't use the orb.
Sending works on different planes.
I don't have sending.
Well, then there you go.
Okay, so I'm contacting Aaronshire of the Peak as well. Do you want to draft the message, or am I winging it?
Hee, winging it.
Vane will defer to you. Just tell
Okay.
him that I am asking.
Your liege fires you. Okay. Aaronshire of the Peak. Our liege calls for your aid for a fight of the most dire importance. Do you know if he can travel between planes, or do we need to pick him up? Vervain.
You probably need to pick him up. But we have
there are people on the Feywild that can send him.
That is true. We can ask him in the phone call if he can find somebody.
You have 7 words left.
We could ask him if he can meet us. How well does he know the material plane?
That's where he came from.
Where he came from, but he hasn't been here in a couple centuries.
Yeah. So, come to the prime material plane and we'll closest to the cities.
Oh, what city is Big Voklu in again?
Avatex.
The one with Avatix. Can you get to Avatix? Godspeed, whatever.
Let's see if he knows what Avatex is. He doesn't. He'll figure it out.
I'm sure he'll figure it out. He's a smart boy. He can figure it out.
Smart boy who rolled a 2.
He's got
Well,
smarter
he doesn't
people
need to
around
know where
him.
Avatix is. Whoever is getting him to off the plane needs to know where Avatix is. Well, also, technically, we need to roll a d20 to even see if it made it across planes.
We'll see.
What doesn't answer me?
He replies with, very well.
Man after my own heart.
There's nothing quite
Literally one word response.
Just a K text response.
okay.
It's K, period.
There's no power move like fucking replying to a sending with using minimal words.
Well, we're not all jesters, are we?
He responds back just, bet.
All right. How do you approach the space queers and Gregor?
Well, Gregor's easy. It's literally just, hey, bud, we have a fight for all of reality on our hands. Do you want to be a fucking hero?
Okay, do that then. This is a role-playing game, Lars.
Well, let's roleplay then. So Valk tracks down Gregor within the house.
He's been kind of standing guard on the front porch like a nerd.
Well, he's a good nerd.
As we're like walking into the house, like after we've like kind of had our little like huddle in the yard and like decided who we're calling, Demir is like walking into the house, like sees Gregor is there, sees Valkyria approaching, and just kind of leans against the door frame to watch.
Welcome, I see you have returned from your perilous journeys. I trust all has gone well.
We were successful in our current endeavors. However, the peril is still very much front and foremost.
Well, I shall continue to guard the house as you've did. I have not seen any vampiric creatures or any other undead that, other than the ghost that's in there.
Your aid in this endeavor is very much appreciated. However, we offer a task of far greater importance and far greater and requires far greater bravery.
And what is this task that you have in mind? I would be willing and able to help, as my heart is bold and true.
You truly earn the moniker the Great, my friend. As we have made you aware, the very essence of reality is coming under attack and we are finally in the position to God damn it, there's a specific military term for this and my brain is not. Oh, we're finally in the position to launch a counterattack. We know Precious about what forces he has at his disposal, and so we are gathering our strongest allies to form a second strike team. And
I
you
would
most
be-
certainly qualify.
I would be glad to lend me my blade to you and your compatriots.
Great. We'll be making a stop in Avitix, and then we will be traveling to the Turning Spire.
Very
Are we doing
well.
that today, or are we taking a moment to chill out at home first?
I'd rather chill.
Okay. Do whatever preparations you can. If you need contacting anyone in your order or anyone from before you were part of your order, I would be more than happy to assist with sending, since this is the most dangerous mission any of us has ever been on.
His eyes just kind of squint as he tries to remember anything.
You know anything about fighting cosmic cats?
I can't say that I do, but I am willing to discover what I can in the process. And I
Best
shall report back to you if you so desire.
I'll be curious to hear if we're alive at the end. Good luck.
Anyway,
Virgo. Thank you.
we leave on the morrow.
Very well. I shall prepare my armor and weapons.
At which point, Valk kind of claps him on the shoulder a little bit, just like, thank you, but you're a big fucking nerd. And the fact that Valk knows that is like nerd totem pole. Okay, so who wants to take point on talking to Captain Zildana? Zilzana.
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 Dough takers. Are you making Valk do this too? We're just insulting me in the group chat. Okay. In all fairness, Valk deserves it.
You gotta bring the gang together. You are Captain Planet.
Fuck. Well, it's a military operation, so I suppose it makes sense. I suppose Valk tracks down Captain Zilzana and her bride? They're married, right?
Yeah, but her spouse. They're
Spouse?
non-binary.
I
Oh,
bet Levy
yeah.
would be willing to go with you in order to help with the communication aspect.
Levy is still in the Feywild
All right.
with the kids.
You
Don't worry,
forgot
I
you
know
did
how
the-
she's gonna get to the final battle, but don't worry about her.
But yeah, so fuck it. We're going in raw. We're broken English for this.
I do just want to point out I have comprehend languages.
Oh, you
That
want to
would
share
help.
that with the Volk?
Uh,
Share
wouldn't
with
that
I mean,
actually?
it's not necessarily something to be shared as much as it is knowledge that Volk already possesses that Demir has that
Are
spell.
are you
but-
just gonna follow Volk along as Volk goes and talks to all these people and lean in the threshold as she tries to communicate with the aliens
Mm,
and suffers?
I mean, that wasn't Demir. That wasn't my plan for Demir, but like, she was entertained by Gregor. She finds him amusing, but she wasn't planning on following for Zildana.
Wait, didn't someone have access to the tongue spell, or is that just not prep at the moment?
That
Eitri
was
did.
Eitri.
That was Eitri, who is currently dealing with his not yet mother. Okay, let's go talk to Captain Zilzana. Hopefully her comment got him better. Are they in my room or elsewhere in the house?
They're probably in like they're in a sitting area with some books. There's you can see Zilzana, the now water Genasi former elf, sitting there next to her partner, former plasmoid, now human.
Well, we're doing the best we can. So when Valk she knocks on either like the doorway or bookshelf or whatever is handy to announce her presence.
They both look up and give you a kind of a nod.
How is learning common going?
Zilzana speaks up. It is fine. Still learning, but progress made.
Fair.
We know our common, yours is outdated.
Well, welcome to the past. I have something important that I would like to discuss with or with you about, and I want to make sure you understand what I'm saying.
I will tell you if I am confused.
Good. I wish we had Eitri here so he could cast the the spell that's with the talking, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. So the time issues that brought you here, they are getting worse and worse. We are about to fight the guy behind it. I know this isn't your time or place, but still, you are a person of action. Would you help us in this fight?
The two of them kind of exchange a glance, and Vexelkiel kind of frowns a little bit, and will she to come back?
That isn't something I can, but if she doesn't go, there might not be a back to come back to.
The two of them kind of look at each other again and speak in their language. Zilzana looks worried and tired, and Vexelkiel looks very concerned.
The correct reaction.
And Zilzana speaks up again. Why me?
We have done our best to know what we're going into, but with time being bad, if we run into anything from your time, you're the only one we know that knows it.
I need weapon. And she kind of like mimes a gun with her hand. I need hard clothes. I will go.
Very brave of you. We will out you to the best of what we can do from our time.
Here's a thought, slightly out of character.
Yes.
Hawk had never began construction on his weapon with the gun parts and the armor parts. I wonder if Zilzana could do something with them.
She might be able to repair the armor, or certainly use the armor with something more contemporary.
I don't imagine that she'd be able to recreate the armor and guns specifically, because that probably requires parts and technology that we don't have access to in our time. But she could probably do something with them, especially if she actually knows how to make her own gun.
But we certainly have the guns from the bandits, so she is not without a firearm.
I'm just thinking, like, we've got
the armor she had before was a breastplate that was resistant to radiant damage.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, like, we still have pieces of her spare equipment from her ship, and we've got a work table and tinker tools in the house.
And in our big box of loot, do we have any extra armor?
We've probably got some extra armor that we've put into storage at this point. I know that Hawk most likely discarded his, even though it's Monday. Yep. Works.
We have an extra Idune stone too.
Yeah. I have a spare set of leather armor, although that's not what she needs.
I mean, she's
Aaron's
pretty,
got more fucked
pretty
up
dexy.
swords than he can carry right now.
We have the robe of useful item.
Dove, we can kind of hear you. Your audio is a little janky.
Yeah, I'm not in the best setup right now. Aaron's got more fucked up swords than he knows what to do with.
Well, as
So,
a plan
he can-
B,
Pass out a fucked up sword to someone. I haven't decided which one I want him to use yet, but like I can just say he passes the other one off and then decide which one that was later.
Hawk, the Autonome, the Metal Man, the Noise, Metal,
Hefe forged.
Hefe Forged. Just going through terms until clicks who I'm talking about.
Bexalkill kind of elbows Zilzana and says something in star speech, and she seems to understand and nods.
He has our collection of old, well, future you or future us old you guns. He can help with that. For hard clothes, armor, I'll see what we can offer. We also have parts, bits, leftovers, some of your hard clothes saved.
Anything to share is helpful.
We wouldn't be asking you to do this without any level of preparation. That would be unfair.
That's dangerous.
I'll let Hawk know you'll be talking to him. Again, I'm very sorry to ask this of you, but many choices on the matter.
I will help. You granted Exil and I space in the home.
At which point Balk does like as formal of like a salute and bow to make sure it is understood, and I will give you time to talk. And excuses herself.
So for the sake of time, what all do you decide to spare for Captain Zilzana?
I forget what we've
Hawk,
got. I forget what
do you
we've
have any
got
guns
in
you haven't killed
storage.
yet?
I mean, don't we have like a ton? I think I've only broken
A
like
fair
one or
few.
two.
Yeah, and you fought like 4 bandits, so and one of
Yeah,
them got
exactly.
away. That's not a
Yeah.
ton.
Well, I don't recall breaking more than 1 or 2 guns in the process of trying to figure it out. I know that we've got one that works
There you
for a
go.
fact.
So we'll give Zolzana the working firearm so she has something she's familiar with.
That
Um,
for
I will.
Bob.
I will also still, as discussed, offer up the spare metal from or the random bits and bobs of gun and armor that we rescued from Zolzana's ship. Hawks at this point has determined that he's probably going to finish his project at a later date, so he's glad to help Zolzana fashion them into something that she can use, and probably also watch her do so.
You know, the work tape that we just went into the bag.
His tools are probably very primitive compared to her standards, but she could probably make it.
Well, if any tools got left on the table, they went in the bag. And then do we have
She
and
can't really
people
do
were
much
looking
with the. She can't really do much with the scraps of her former armor that you have given her.
well, she could attach it to whatever armor we can loan out so she feels a little bit more like least. Do we have access to any magical armor? Or can we try picking something up when we hit Avitix? Because I would like to avoid getting Zolzana dead for asking her to help this. Falk would feel bad about that.
The only thing I have is a robe of useful items, and I think that there is a spare oh, there's a +1 shield that I believe is unclaimed. And there is a unclaimed Ioun stone
Does that
of protection that gives you +1 to your AC.
Okay, that would be probably good to give to Zolzana since nobody in the party's using it. And then we'll see if we can't pick up an armor in the city.
Anyone
Alright.
want a shield?
Can she use a shield?
She's not really. I mean, she
Just-
technically can, but she's a gunslinger, so it's not really
Yeah, if she's
her thing.
if she's blasting with both hands, then she can't use a shield in one of them.
Anyway, I started blasting. Do we want to try running into town today to see if we can buy something on our end, or do we just want to wait for Avitix?
I think we already went to town and like didn't find anything. I mean,
I
I guess
remember
we could
seeing
go back
some
for
armor.
Zolzana specifically, but we had gone shopping before.
Also, timey-wimey bullshit. It might be months later in town.
If you want to, go ahead.
Well, can we do this efficiently as opposed to roleplay EE?
Looking for armor.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Give us a roll on the table. Let's see if we get anything that would work for our brave space captain. Before going into town, Falk would, of course, ask Zolzana how heavy she's used to with stuff.
You get the impression she's more Dexy than strength based. All right, let's see. Are you looking for like magic armor or regular armor?
I have money to throw at this problem. Not a whole lot, but oh, actually, I do have 500 that I can throw at this problem. So if there is some lighter magic armor that I can afford, I'd probably grab it. But otherwise, yeah.
All right, let's see. Um. mhm. Let me see. There's
Is that the party funds? Ah, yeah.
you can get Mariner's armor. Let's see. The Mariner's armor costs about trying to make it load. It is a Mariner's breastplate, which would be about 1,000 gold pieces. There's elven chain armor. With an elven chain armor, which costs about 4,000 gold pieces, and then there's just some regular armor that you can buy.
So the elven chain offers +1 bonus to AC, correct?
Yes. +1 bonus to AC. You're considered proficient with this armor, even if you lack proficiency with medium armor. Yeah.
And then you said it was a Mariner's breastplate, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Same maximum dex modifier, same AC. The elven chain is magical, and thus if dealing with magical stuff could help with that. I think I'm gonna go with the elven chain. Just better safe than sorry is kind of my thought.
You have the 4,000 gold pieces?
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
It's technically platinum, but it, you know, it spends the same.
Yeah, fair enough.
And thus continues the trend of Valve spending money on other people.
So I will note that Captain Zilzana has a dexterity of 20. The chain shirt is in it gives you an AC with a dex modifier maximum of 2.
Yeah, it's worth noting that medium armor clamps your dex bonus at 2 unless you have a feat, which then clamps it at 3. So it's mostly the armor option for Dexy characters that aren't Dexy enough to warrant leather.
Yeah, so it's still +5. So I suppose if we got lighter armor, it just feels weird not to get her something with at least some level of magic. the regular armor here and try again in Avatek.
I mean, she'll have at least the Ioun stone, so it's not like she's without magic items.
Okay, that's a good point. So, okay, so what is the best light armor? What,
Think
studded
of the
leather?
Studded leather.
Okay, I guess I'll buy the studded leather and we'll try again in Avatex.
Okay.
And she has the Ion Stone if we're unsuccessful.
All right. Do you guys decide to rest for the night, or do you yeet off to Avatex?
Well, we said we were on the morrow to Gregor,
All right.
and some of us want to say potential goodbyes.
I say goodbye to all of my plants in the greenhouse.
All right.
Amir is going to spend some time making making a last dinner for everyone in the house.
What do you make?
I mean, bread, obviously. She is making at least a few loaves, a loaf for everyone. And she'll make some breaded dumplings, put together some kebabs, you know, just meat on skewers to cook over some older bread that she has laid out, so the drippings get caught, all that good stuff. She's just like kind of it's a little like she's cooking for an army, kind of. I think it's like she just, when her hands are not doing something, she just picks up a new ingredient and starts like chopping and adding it into the mix a little bit. So she'll like make some rice and salad, some tabbouleh, all that good good feast. Way too much food for not enough people in the house, but
All right.
Sometimes you got a coping mechanism.
So do we have like a timeline so far as when we're hoping to go to the Twisted Towers?
The
Do we
turning
know
spot.
the Twisted Towers, Tilted Towers, the tumbling towers?
Where we're dropping, boys?
Where are we
Great.
dropping, boys?
Giant owls assume battle bus position.
Yeah, so we'll have dinner tonight, sleep. We'll go over to Avitix, see if the boys and girls are available to go, and then what else do we have to do still before we go to the tumbling towers?
We do still need to gather material components where necessary. I think we're mostly set on revive diamond stuff. Wouldn't hurt to grab one or two more.
Yeah,
We've got way too
We
many health
still have quite a
potions. We
few
don't need more health
potions.
potions.
Yeah.
Depending on
DM
what invocation Demir decided to go with, we might need to pick up a spell component.
Yeah. DM, is Avitix shopping as good as shopping in where we are with the manor?
Oh, it's
Might be
typically
better.
better. It's the capital
Okay.
city.
Well, okay, we might finish up our shopping there then, if we can't find the things we need here. I have a gem encrusted goblet for Heroes Feast, so that's kind of the big thing. And I'll probably we picked up. Did we pick up any diamonds? Did Demir find any?
We didn't find any in our current, so we'll be trying again for diamonds, potential
I have-
scrolls.
I have 2 diamonds, but it's probably better to have more than not.
Yeah. So we'll probably take a dip in Avitix and then head to the Spire
Oh no, I have 4 diamonds.
because getting Aaronshire and Big Voklu do a last bout of shopping and then onwards to the tower, correct?
Onwards and forwards, I suppose. Don't know what else we need to do.
Yeah, I'm like, the only things I can think is like we've gotten the people we need to get safe to safety. We've gathered our forces. Yeah. Aside from shopping and dragging our feet,
Oh,
which Demir is happy to.
Are there any conversations you'd like to have before resting for the evening?
My conversation is as resting, so although I suppose I can quickly talk with Sniv about if he'd want to come as kind of a quartermaster position for on the other side of the hole. You know, hang with some wizards and shit. Raid the tower for fun.
He has
Spell
no
components
particular
and books.
preference. He has no particular preference. It's up to you.
Well, he ain't going in the hole, but I think it might be a good idea to have him come with.
You want to bring your child to the end of the world? Your
fully
son,
grown
your
man.
biological child that
Listen,
you birthed.
listen. Listen, this
Full-grown.
version of Eider in Disneyland isn't going to exist for much longer.
Yeah,
we need
if
to
we
take, we need to
fail
take Sniff to
everywhere,
see
it's
the
the end of the world.
sites before we resolve them.
And besides, he might have an ingenious insight into something with his crazy little kobold brain. After all, he is the second oldest person at this table.
Come on, Sniv. Pose next to the Starcat Dragon. Smile.
It's just straight up bringing one of those little cat things in Monster Hunter.
Calico, yeah.
Yeah.
Sniv would 100% be an explosives one. Those do exist.
Does Sniv want to go to the end of the world?
He's got no preference. He can stay here with Zolzana's partner, or he can go walk through a tree.
I don't think we want to subject Zolzana's partner to worrying about her partner and dealing with Sniv, so I think maybe he should quartermaster it up at the Turning Spire. Since haven't we sent a few people that aren't going into the hole there as well?
No?
I thought we sent a couple wizards.
You sent Aldrich, but he's waiting for you guys so he can go into the hole with you.
Any other wizards are already in our Fantastic Five.
Oh, does Zoda want to meet at the tower and be part of the tower group? The not going into the
Someone
whole
has to
group, but the
babysit
tower
Sniv.
group.
Yeah, did Zoda have any interest in just like looking at all the wizard corpses, or
Are you gonna ask?
I mean, it is the whole time shit. That is her vibe. I feel like if
That's
we didn't
true.
at least ask
I thought
her if
we
she
sent
wanted to be
Zoda.
there.
No, Zoda's not part of the group. She was contesting a spot with Big Vaklu.
She's too precious to us, but to go in the hole.
No, I thought Zoda was at the tower, but not going into the hole already.
Are you kidding? She's
Well.
got a thesis to write.
Got a thesis to write, and she's working on a commission.
Hey, Zoda, do you want to leave your thesis behind for a little bit and go check out the tower at the end of the world?
Is this you asking her?
Sure.
Mark off a sending slot.
Ugh. Okay, you've been officially contacted.
Okay. She's met Valkyria, right? I forget.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, right. Yeah, she was there for the wedding. That's right. So, Valkyria? Good to hear from you. You have absolutely no fucking idea how badly I want to get out of this room. I swear to... That's 15, right?
That's
No,
15,
no, wait, no, I
right?
count. No, wait, no, I counted to. That's all I care. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, that was 25.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to send another sending. Meet us in Avitix and we can give you a ride. Tomorrow.
Thank you.
Okay, so we now have 2 people hanging outside of the tower.
Okay.
I did low-key figure that if you guys are going to ask Zoda to come along, she would be like, "Oh, thank God, finally a way to close out the thesis."
Oh, also, does Zeldana's partner want to wait at the house or wait at the tower?
They are not much of a fighter, so they will wait at the house.
Okay, just double checking.
They were like at the navigator on the ship.
I mean, you know, if you're going to be sitting there like useless, you may as well be sitting there useless in comfort and like, you know, not an uncomfortable stone floor.
Also not necessarily in danger. All right.
Demir is probably going to like not necessarily speaking to anyone, but she is going to try and steal the scrying orb from Lish and sneak into the bath.
No. Excuse me. No. Who do you want to call?
Also,
Ghostbusters!
you'd have to reattune to it anyway.
Yeah, that takes an hour.
Yeah, I'll call on your behalf.
I had a
Little
plan.
Missy.
I mean,
Tell you what, roll stealth versus Vervain's perception.
Have to rest in pieces.
hold on. I have something for this. Hold on. Where did it go?
Fuck off. It's in my bag of holding. You can't just, it's on my body. You like try and hug me and then sneak a finger in there. Sneak your hand and stack.
Okay, I can't find it, so I can't use it. Ooh, that's really good, actually. That is a 27 stealth.
My passive is 32.
Your wife's trying to reach into your pockets while she's giving you a hug. Kind of fucked up of her, if we're being honest.
Excuse me. What is this? What?
I just wanted to borrow the scry orb again.
Or what?
No reason.
Squint.
Uh-huh. I seem to recall when I wanted to use the scry orb, you said you could handle it for me. So I'm sure that the same will be the case in this instance. As of course it is so difficult to spend the time to reattune to it every single time you want to have it change hands. Impossible. So difficult.
We're not doing anything tonight.
Who do you want to call?
I just wanted to make sure they made it home all right, that's all.
Who, your mother?
It doesn't matter.
Let's scry on her.
No, it's
Vane will start sitting down and pulling the orb out of the bag.
Demir kind of like crosses her arms a little like, this is silly, but then she sits down next to him anyway.
Kind of like cozies up and starts the scry on Mama Haba. The combination of mom and marhaba.
All right. I have to pull up her fucking name now.
Sorry.
Making the DM do work fucked up. That's
Seriously.
pretty fucked.
Fucked up and homophobic, if you think about it.
Mhm.
Well, whatever. I'm not finding the whole thing, so we'll just stick with the same map for now. What's the DC?
That's Kenzie's realm now. You have the scrying orb. You have the scry DC. Sorry, don't mind me.
It's a whiz save, right?
It's base DC 17 and then it shifts depending on level of familiarity.
Well, she rolled the 17. You need the stats for the scrying orb so that you can find the DC. Kenzie?
Oh, yes, I do. Please.
Oh,
I'm like begging behind the mute, like, please give me the scry orb.
I thought I already sent. It's just the crystal ball of telepathy. It's in the.
Oh, is it? It's okay. I was looking for scry orb in the thing. I didn't
Oh
realize.
no, it's crystal ball of telepathy is what it's officially called.
Well, that would have been nice.
I'm sorry. I thought you knew that.
No.
No, I think its name is Scryball.
Scryball.
Scribe. Oh,
Well, that makes my life a lot easier. Okay, there we go.
The Scorb. Scry
Save.
orb.
It's a save DC 17, I think
Yeah.
so.
So
You saved?
she got a 17.
Okay. Meets the beats. Or whatever.
So you can try again if you'd like. Because you haven't used it yet today.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll
but
do it
if
again.
someone saves, I think it's like 24 hours. You can't
Yeah,
scry on them
If
again.
they save,
Oh,
then
that's true. You
yeah.
can try Eitri.
Is Eitri is with her? Well, I guess
Allegedly.
we can. Allegedly. Yeah, I'll scry on Eitri, I guess. We're gonna take a long rest after this anyway, so.
Yeah, homie failed. So you're good.
Okay. Nerd.
can-
Tell me what your secrets are.
You can see Eitri in a room that seems to be Marhaban style. He is kind of sitting at a desk just writing in his spellbook.
Eitri, hey. Eitri. Hey, Eitri. Hey. Bro.
To be honest, I wasn't expecting to hear from you in such a way, but
No. Vane will go, what you writing?
Well, hello to you as well. I am going through my spell book, trying to figure out what spells would be helpful in the chaos that is going on at the moment.
Is everybody settling in properly? Well?
Yes, Mother has been, she is currently being tended to by some of the servants. She's, well, you have not spent much time with her, but she's more the type to try to figure out how this will affect things politically. So even in the state she is in now, she is trying to figure out if this is something that needs to be covered up or if it is something that necessitates going to war with Eileen for, or simply figuring out new trade deals. But she doesn't always know how this story goes down. So that's her work,
Sounds
I suppose.
interesting.
It is very interesting. Back in Kesa, I am noticing a lot of similarities to what was described upon return from the Feywild in Royas. Lots of temporal anomalies happening. Strange distribution of timelines. So at least we know things are occurring at the same rate. At least at a similar rate, at different places in the world.
What kind of anomalies are they reporting? Much of the same.
Well, there are much of the same, yes. There are moments where gravity is also rather strange. With my hypothesis being that the time hiccups are causing the gravity to reverse or skew. I saw a person casually walking on the side of a building earlier, only to drop like a puppet whose strings have been cut when the distortion corrected itself.
Oh my god.
He was not hurt, luckily, but it frankly was kind of amusing.
Well, sounds like they're going to have their hands full for the foreseeable future.
Well, as is the rest of the world, right?
Hmm.
Speaking of which, I know it was up in the air last time, but did you require my assistance?
I believe the consensus is yes.
Very well. And it is at the Turning Spire, yes?
Yes, or you can meet us in Avatix.
I can meet in the Turning Spire, perhaps cut out the extra teleportation. I figure that, well, magical energy is at something of a chaotic premium at the moment. Save us both.
Yes, well,
Perhaps some
if you go
exciting.
directly there, do be careful though, because it is the land around the spire is dangerous.
Good to know. I will keep an eye out. When should I meet you there?
Hmm? Out of character, I don't know if we had discussed this in previous session. When are we meeting up, you think?
We were
Well, we'll be
saying
there
like
in
the day
Tuesday's
after
time.
tomorrow, basically, right? We were
Well,
going
he
to,
could also hang out with Aldrich if he gets there early.
or he can hang
Yeah.
out with Aldrich.
I'll tell Itri with urgency. We'll probably be there within the next 2 to 3 days. And there
Sure.
already are friends there, so you will be able to meet with them if you arrive earlier.
I will ensure that I have the things that I need for the journey.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Anything else that we should ask Itri about? It's all good. All right, well, we will see you shortly then. We will sign off.
All right.
What? Demir
Yeah.
just sitting there, kind of.
Things appear to be going well. Itri was poring over his spell book, such an intensity, and will be heading directly to the Turning Spire.
Yeah, I knew it.
He says that your mother is already scheming as to how to make things go to her favor, so seems all is well.
I don't think I've ever seen her look so scared.
It is unusual circumstances, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen her as my age before, so.
Perhaps she's just gotten better at hiding it.
Probably. Thank you.
Certainly.
Tamia's just going to like cuddle up beside him.
Yee. Lish is going to... Vervain is going to put the scrying orb back in his bag and cinch it. Don't give me that look. Sticky fingers.
I won't say anything. But I am going to take a bath on my own.
Oh, I'm the one in the wrong here. Sure.
Nah, Tamir, like, I don't think she locks the fucking bathroom door. It's shared between, like, her babes, so she's going to take a bath. But
Stomps off, leaves door open.
All right. Are there any other conversations that would like to go on this evening, or any other magic items you try to steal?
Valk has a romantic partner in the house that she is potentially spending the last evening with, and while not that serious, that would still allow the opportunity.
All right. You two spend a nice evening together. Show off your smut book collection. Let me get up.
She does turn a bright red upon Nova notices the posters and the books.
She actually finds them kind of charming. A little confusing, but charming.
I've always been a little bit of a romantic at heart, but never really had the opportunity before.
Well, I think they are quite fun. Very, very different from the sorts of decorations I saw at home.
Yeah, a bird perch paired with God, or a little personal altar to good aligned deities, and then the Weeb Smut collection is eclectic for hell.
I mean, there is quite a lot of smut to be found in hell, actually. Some of it better than others, but I imagine it is similar sorts of things on the material plane.
All smut is bad. It's just how enjoyable it is the question.
Yeah, that's true. But you can get out of it too, I suppose.
Mhm.
Like, honestly, some of the things I've seen, like, oh, where did the internal organs go?
That's a question I've had a couple times reading my books.
I don't think they really consider that.
Or like, the only way to get into that position would require folding your back directly in half, and it's just like,
Actually, it makes no sense. Most bodies do not work that way.
well, I suppose that was part of the reason why Zildana fell in love with her partner. Oh, you didn't meet them before they were reincarnated. They were an elf and a I don't remember the term they used, but basically a sentient slime person.
Fascinating. Yeah, I do suppose I could open up some possibilities.
Speaking of possibilities and books, something I've never had the chance to do in a romantic sense was Sheriff Patton. I know it's a silly, simple little thing, but since I'm have leave to deal with the tower tomorrow, I was wondering if you'd be game.
Of course. I may even be able to add a little bit of extra flavor.
It isn't a soup.
Once the bath is drawn, she casts like a few different cantrips. She casts like dancing lights, so the small little like almost flickering candle light, all just kind of floating around the room, like you know the this is gonna sound insane, but you know the little DVD logo that would bounce across the room, like whenever it hit a corner, kind of like that.
Yep.
And she casts prestidigitation to make the water like really sparkle. And cast it again to have the water turn kind of like a light purple. And then she uses prestidigitation again to make it smell like flowers.
Or Valk uses shape water to create a dry place to step. Scoops up Nova and carries her into the bath.
We'll fade to
And-
black.
But for the transition after the fade to black, Valk, is definitely cuddling with her and is all it hasn't been for long, but I want you to know that this has meant the world to me.
It is new to me as well, obviously, but this is quite nice. Taking our time.
Mhm. And now the fade to black.
All right. Anyone else?
At some point, I would like during the day just chat with our resident house ghost about taking care of the plants and
Oh, yeah, that's her number one priority.
good.
You got it down.
Yeah. They'll have a very serious discussion about like, well, where do we go from here as far as like plant care and like what kind of experimental like nurturing of the plants can we do and da 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 and oh blah 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 improvements, genetic diversity, blah blah blah. They kind of nerd out a little bit about it.
All right. So, you all get ready to head to Avatix the next day. And since it is the next day, it is time. Well, I assume you're going to be doing teleport via plants.
Yeah, transport via plants.
Can you do a D100? Because it's at a every other day sort of vibe at the moment.
Mm-hmm. We've got 90.
90. All right, just a moment. You're invisible for the next minute. During that time, other creatures can't hear you. The invisibility ends
Oh.
if you attack or cast a spell. Guys, this tree opened up and Lish just vanished.
He probably just already went through the tree, right? Like, I feel like that's the assumption.
Yep, that's the assumption at least Demir is gonna make.
All right. You guys step through the tree. Vervain isn't there.
And that's
happening?
when the panic starts.
Exactly.
Uh-oh. McCavity's not there.
Wait a second.
Vervain!
Demir will be able to see him. Or at least where he is.
You can sense he's there, but he's gone.
You can see his magic aura.
You can't see you.
He just went.
Yeah, that is. I mean, I don't think, as far as I know, detect magic wouldn't work to see invisibility because there is a specific spell to see invisibility.
Yeah.
Well, you'd see the other magic item. Wait a second. I have it from my goddamn cleric class.
What?
I get once we get to the other side, I guess I'm casting see invisibility.
You don't know he's invisible, though.
Oh, that's a good point. God damn it.
Gone.
He's gone.
I'm gone.
He cast the tree spell, and now he's dead, probably.
Probably.
We've gotten lost on auto traveling before. Is Aaron's gonna kind of like poke the portal? Is he still in there?
The portal only
closes
lasts for 6
right as
seconds.
you poke it, you're in.
Finger clean off.
So we have 6 seconds, and then you pop back into existence.
60.
No, 6 seconds for the portal.
Oh, 60.
6 seconds is how long the portal's open, I think. So
Mhm.
It's a real fast one.
the invisibility is for a minute.
I mean, Demir is going to try to teleport to Lish, but she just like kind of poofs and then appears like right where we are.
Well,
Shit, teleporting magic is still not working.
Vane is like, the fuck? Excuse. As she like nearly bumps. I mean, they can touch me, right? I'm like physically here. Demir
Yeah.
like fucking bumps into
Hey,
me. Like the
hey.
fuck.
and you can touch us, and also Demir would be seeing the magic items on you.
I mean, I
Invisible.
assume invisibility covers magic items because
Yeah.
otherwise see invisibility again.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I do
Vane
bump
is
into
gonna.
him.
Yeah, he's gonna like boop you in the forehead, like bop.
Feel you're invisible.
At this point, you reappear with a little.
Hee. He like weaves your little fingers together, like hee.
You suppose maybe
Invisible
it's time to try
and silenced.
You suppose maybe it's time to try traveling without magic, if magic's failing us out here.
Well,
Speaking of
so
which,
bad.
you guys find yourselves once again in the city of Avatix, looking at the Colossus of Avatix. It's weird. It looks almost newer than the last time you saw it,
Uh-oh.
which is wild because it's an ancient thing. But then there's the similar time anomalies happening all around you. You can see that there's a courtyard not too far away from you where it's just raining there. Like there's heavy sheets of water like falling almost in slow motion. But where you are, it's really hot and dry, like it's midsummer. You can see a wooden cart on the side of the road, rapidly decaying and then repairing itself in a continuous loop, rotting into splinters and then reforming as if newly built, all within seconds. And the lantern above it shines from shiny brass to rusted ruin and then back again. You can also see what seems to be like translucent versions of yourselves walking ahead, sort of echoing your previous visit to the city before vanishing. There's you can see a couple people arguing in the street that seem to be stuck in repeating like 2-second loop. Like they're endless, desperate to start to a fight that never finishes, and their voices rising and then snapping back, like all within the same breath. Not too far away, it seems a market stall has collapsed, injuring some bystanders. But then the event rewinds and then plays out again, and those involved seem dimly aware that something is wrong. Like their eyes are kind of like looking around in confusion as their bodies continue to act. There are, of course, various trees and gardens around, patches of grass, which looks like it's fast forwarding through time. Like there are flowers that are blooming, wilting, and crumbling to dust within seconds. Like moss is creeping rapidly over statues and then retreating and pulling back. And in one plaza, not too far away, there's you can see a civilian toss a homeless person a coin, which, to both their amazement, just kind of stops in midair and spins for like at least a minute straight before just falling directly to the ground. A bird takes off, but its wings flap too fast, moving in a jerky, unnatural flight pattern. And there are people that are also just frozen, like caught mid-step, flags caught forever in a breeze that no longer blows. It's kind of unnerving.
When Demir sees the echo of the party like walking ahead, she definitely has a, is that what my hair looks like from the back?
Not at all concerned about all the wackadoodle time shit that's happening. Just like, oh God, I look like a tramp.
Her hairstyle.
But it's so uneven. Hold on.
From her self-cut.
Look, she was chopping blind, okay?
Aaron will nudge her with his elbow and say, "Want to go over and fix it?"
I don't think that's a good idea. But Demir definitely does kind of like self-consciously touch the back of her own head a little, like, do you think prestidigitation? But I mean, it's more or less what we expected. Shit's falling apart. It's the end times, etc., etc. Did we agree on a place to meet up with everyone, or was it just in Avatix?
Can only send so much information with sending. I can do a fresh sending to our compatriots, and we can work on a place to meet.
if magic is available and not a problem here.
Well, there's one way to find out. So we have the three people we're meeting in Avitix, correct? Aaronshire, Baklu, and Zoda.
Mm.
And where is a central place in Avitix? Unless if Avitix is pulled up on our whatever the page is called, Roll20, and I'm just not aware of it.
I don't think we ever got a map for Avitix.
No, I don't typically make maps for cities because they're harder.
I know it's a quartered circle.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's 4 regions and there's the Colossus in the center, if I remember correctly.
Let me provide the descriptions.
Woo!
So, okay, first. Oh, there's a bunch of cyclists being loud outside. That's fine.
Continue your constellation, we can't hear them.
That's good. Okay. Let's see. So, the shape of Avitix is vaguely pentagonal in shape, with high walls surrounding the main part of the city. Outside of the walls, there are various buildings where the city has tried to expand further into the surrounding valley. These buildings, the buildings outside don't look terribly old, and some seem to even be temporary. Dwelling here are primarily poor citizens who have moved to the city looking for a new start, and alternatively, merchants waiting to sell their wares within the walls. There's also the Bauble sector. This section of the city to the west is rowdy and vibrant. It is vast and full of colorful banners and merchant tents that mark the intersection of culture and commerce, where citizens come to share ideas, peddle wares and services, find employment, or celebrate personal victories, large and small, in the company of other people doing the same. This is where the Skyport is. The Cartographer's Quill map shop, All the Rage, a blacksmithy, Head, Shoulders, Knees, and Toes, a tailor, the Mountaineer's Destination, like survival kits, potions for weather, camping supplies, that kind of thing. Through the Looking Glass, which is magical glassware. Goldie's Locks, a wig shop. Ooks, which is the bookshop. Goldthrick's Curiosity Shop. Kabooms and Corpses. Mayor Dragon Family Goods. The Dapper Drake, which is an inn, and there's a temple to Joaquin. There is the Hearth sector, which is the eastern region of Avitix, which houses the working class folk of the city, along with a handful of impoverished neighborhoods closer to the outer wall. The homes get more expensive the closer one gets the heart of the city, following the network of roads that slowly converge into different plazas. There are a handful of shops here, but if someone were to look for something more unique, they will be directed towards the Bauble sector. Otherwise, some of the things that can be found here include the Wild Cloak Cookery, which is a forge that specializes in cooking supplies. The Rolling Pin, which is a bakery. Green Hill Graveyard, with a temple of Kelmvor on the grounds. Just an Inkling, which is the tattoo parlor, and the Roasting Duck, where you come in and roast people. roast your friends. There's the Erudite sector, which I believe is to the north. A beautiful district of gardens, chapels, and a couple of buildings for the storage of political documents. Beautiful towers in ancient Eilinian style stretched to the sky across the cityscape of centuries-old halls of learning or an acolyte or student boarding houses. It's an artistic and spiritual center and has something of a winding labyrinth of roads. There's the General Services Administrative Office. There's a Peace and Quiet, which is the quietest tavern/library combo you've ever seen. There's the Daughter of Soon Memorial Trail, a little winding path, different flowers blooming all year long. The greenhouses, which Sniv broke into that one time. There's the Temple to Emilil, with lofty cathedral, magnificent craftsmanship and architecture. There's a temple to Saloon, which is the open air temple that looks like a hollowed out cathedral, built of iridescent gray marble. And then the southernmost sector of the city is the military sector, which has the capacity to house and train a vast number of soldiers, with a couple of prisons, as well as tightly locked barracks and instructional facilities for the military. It's here that they're all trained in hand-to-hand combat, marksmanship, swordplay, and espionage. This includes the arena. There's an archery range. There's Argajan's Oddities, who is the Minotaur friend. And there's Animals for Companionship and Magic, which a couple of you have been there before, and you can go back again. And there's the Armory. And then there's Gladiator's Rest, which is another tavern. Then dead center, right underneath the Colossus, is the Diamond Sector, which is where the noble houses and political leaders of the city live, gathered at the feet of the Colossus. At the heart of it all, a beautiful castle can be found with marble archways and glimmering stained glass windows. The Citadel is the home of the royal family of Novelli, and it is known as the Luminescent Citadel. There's also the Astronomer's Tower, the Royal Crypt, Bedweir Fountain, and the Lyra Hall.
Memories. That's where we had the Diamond Sector's where we had the masquerade as well, right?
The Citadel, yeah.
Do you just do like Bobble Sector for the meetup or something, or so there we go closer to Big Voklu's place.
I think honestly, we should do something that's visible from most of the city for those of us, or those of us we're meeting that are not as regular to the city, which would mean either the Colossus or the arena.
We're not allowed in the Diamond Sector at the moment.
Yeah, exactly.
They're
So
not
I think
rich
maybe the
enough.
arena.
I was gonna ask if there was any part of the Colossus outside the Diamond Sector, but it sounds like that's a no.
So I think the arena would be the most straightforward then.
Man, there's just would have been like the left leg of the Colossus that just so happens to be outside the Diamond Sector, but it doesn't sound like that's the case.
Yeah. So I say meet outside the main entrance of the arena.
The Gladiator's entrance or the Spectator's entrance?
Probably the Spectator's entrance. So I'll contact Aaronshire first, since he'll probably need the most time to figure out where that is. And so I cast send it.
Okay. Roll D100, please.
D100. Where's my other D10? There it is. Reds are 10s. We are looking at 37.
The next damaging spell cast within the next minute creates a spectral fist that knocks the targets prone.
Hell yeah. That's
Well,
cool.
I ain't casting
You're not damaging anyone. with most
damage.
spells.
You should cast Fireball on Hook right now.
Fucking jump the barrier of the fight pit and just go for
Just fucking barrel in, like cast a single spell and barrel out.
Bitches. Okay, so message to Aaronshire. We have arrived in Avitix. We are rendezvousing with multiple individuals outside the spectators' entrance to the arena.
Well,
Okay. Sending number 2. Big
Well,
Vauclue. Let's do this. 71.
all right, just a second. Okay, sorry, 71 you said?
Yes. You are 1,000 feet in the air. Have fun.
Each creature within 30 feet of you becomes invisible for the next minute.
Suddenly, just a giant patch of crowd.
The invisibility ends on a creature when it attacks or casts a spell.
Well, it looks like we've been invisibility again. And here's for number 3. I'm just sending the same message.
Okay. D100.
That would be
you
48.
reappear. You reappear. Everyone else is still invisible. 8, you said?
48.
48. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
A unicorn controlled by the DM appears in a space within 5 feet of you, then disappears 1 minute later. So you cast the spell, and a unicorn appears, and she's very sleek and shiny and beautiful, and like freaking the fuck out because she doesn't know where she is. And she kind of like gallops around you guys in a circle and then starts to run through the city and knocks over a cabbage merchant.
My cabbages!
1, is it the same unicorn that we've met? Because that would be
No.
hilarious. And
No.
2, how many people does she run to who are invisible?
Quite a few, actually.
Just like a
Okay.
line of visibility.
Which ones of you would like to be bumped into by the unicorn?
Demir literally launched at the unicorn.
I'll
I
do
mean,
it,
like,
it'd be funny.
genuinely though, like, Demir sees the unicorn and is like, oh, unicorn, have to help, is invisible.
You're
Gets
invisible.
bowled over.
She's freaking out and she's starting to run away now.
Mm-hmm. Can I try, oh god. My brain, where are my spells? Oh god. Oh god. I'm sorry. I'm trying to think. Like, I don't have any like really good like stop a unicorn spells necessarily. That
Think of
we
it-
are in the middle of a crowded city
Yeah.
street.
Think of it this way: unicorns don't run around because they're spooked as hell. If you have anything that can help with fear, that would work. Probably.
I do not. Oh, wait. Hold on. Okay. Wait. I'm checking something real fast.
No.
Mm,
That's
Also,
gonna be good.
remember to get out at D100.
True.
would the unicorn count as friendly to us?
She is neutral to you at the moment.
Oh, darn. Okay. Hmm. No, I don't really have anything calming aside from command, but that's not I can command her to whoa.
Hey, chill the fuck out.
Yeah, actually, Demir is going to like use her little bardic ability and just like whoa, 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 slow, shh, calm down. Like,
Are you just trying to calm her like normal, or are you using command?
I'm going to see if command will work. Like, calm, calm.
Okay. What sort of saving throw is that?
It is a wisdom saving throw.
A wisdom saving throw. Okay. Oh,
Wisdom
probably
waving
not.
roll.
13.
No, she does not succeed.
Okay. So she calms and stops running. The cabbage merchant is weeping at the loss of his cabbages. I'd like you to roll a D100, please.
Okay.
You are also visible now.
Yay! That is a 12.
A 12. Roll a D10 for me, please.
4.
4. You grow 4 inches in height.
Am I now as tall as Lish? I think I was only like 5 inches different.
God.
Um, either way, Demir is going to try approaching the unicorn, like very calm, like, shh, hey, are you okay?
The
Offering.
real question is 4 inches permanent.
That's the real question.
Um,
For now, Demir is more focused on the unicorn than her little increase in height.
So, you've worked with horses before. You know what they're like, and well, like when they're looking for food. It kind of looks at you, then looks around at where it is, and takes one of the cabbages and kind of pokes it with her horn, turning it into a good berry, and then she vanishes.
What a majestic
She leave the
creature.
cabbage behind, the good berry
She left
cabbage.
the cabbage behind. The good berry cabbage.
Demir just looks sadly at where the unicorn was, very disappointed. But she'll pick up the good berry and just weird, wasn't that? To the cabbage merchant, and then go back to the group like, we had nothing to do with that. It was just suddenly a unicorn.
Everyone has reappeared at this point.
Also, did you just steal one of the dude's cabbages?
Steal a cabbage?
Yeah, she stole a good berry. There's a difference.
I didn't steal anything.
It's a good cabbage. It hasn't stopped being a cabbage. It's just magical now.
What they mean when they say eat your vegetables.
All cabbages are inherently magical.
All cabbages are good cabbages.
All cabbages matter.
All
Someone had to make
cabbages are
that joke.
bastards.
Not good.
Assigned cabbage at birth.
Oh, a cab. Sorry.
So I think the first one to show up is Big Voklu. As I said, she's a fucking ugly goblin. She's got like bones like dreaded into her hair, but like she looks like she's kind of cleaned herself up. She's not in her arena persona. Like her hair is tied back and she's got her weapons with her and her almost too big belt. And she looks like she's ready for like a real fight rather than a showmanship fight.
It's good to see you again, Voklu. Sorry to pull you from your life.
Well, I mean, you've seen all the things that's going on around. This is probably for the best. Just glad I could be of help.
Pleasure to meet you. For the ones that you haven't met, I don't believe you've met Sniv, who is my ward and will be quartermastering our little adventure here. And is Captain Zilzana, who we met due to some time issues. She's actually from the future.
She kind of grunts and nods towards Sniv.
That one trustworthy?
Oh, the Kobold. I trust him.
Yes, you'll do.
Aaron just mouthing like, not at all.
All right.
Now, that is the interesting quandary. How much of all of this does everyone notice, or?
Hard to say. Some of them seem to have noticed more than others. I mean, townsfolk are worried to an extent, but others don't seem to have noticed at all.
I'm shocked there's not rioting in the streets.
Well,
Probably would
they
be if anyone could
coordinate.
tell what time it is anymore. Those that are aware are trying to demand the higher ups take action, but there ain't much they can do beyond what they're already doing.
Well, that's what we're doing. Taking action.
And I'm glad you thought of me to do it.
Oh, I also need to introduce Gregor. Of all the people I've had the pleasure of crossing blades with, the two people who hit hardest were you and Gregor.
It is a pleasure to meet you, young lady. And she kind of like, he sticks his hand out to her and she looks at him like, and then looks up at you, Volk, and like,
Really?
He takes his oaths seriously.
I don't like him.
I'm not offended. Let me prove myself in battle to you. Just like, she's very much got a look of like, all right, this is a coworker I have now. Great.
Mhm. Oh, since I've sent my messages and whatnot, and we have our meeting place, would it be a good idea to, are we gathering everyone and then going shopping, or are some of us doing precision hits to doors while we wait for everyone?
Nah, schmecking.
Yeah,
should
let's.
have
I think maybe.
some- I think maybe we stick together and then go shopping.
That also works.
I think the next one to show up will be Aaron Schur. He just kind of appears. Like, you're sure he walked up to you guys, but he just appears.
Like literally, like we're not paying attention. Then we look around a little bit, and suddenly Aaron Schur's right next to Lish.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, he pulls a time turner.
No, it just doesn't look. We don't notice him coming up. I suppose is the vibe.
He
It's
nods.
your boy, Mr.
He nods
Peter.
respectfully at Vervain and Demir.
Vane goes up in his like big arms, like, hey, gives him a hug.
He does not hug back, but he's just kind of standing there stiff as a board and waits for you to finish hugging him. If I may, my lord, the last couple of weeks have been spent preparing this item for you. And he hands you a scroll.
Oh,
Do not open it
Ooh.
yet. This is to retrieve your companion from the Feywild once she is necessary.
wonderful, thank you.
A pocket levy.
A pocket Levy.
It
Pocket
will summon
Goro.
her and only her.
Tactical Levy.
Alrighty.
Deploy.
Fireball.
I choose you.
I was gonna say
Let's
it's like a Pokeball.
Liz just throws out the scroll. Nothing happens. Aaron Schur leans in. You're supposed to read it, my lord.
You count to 3 and then you throw it. 1, 2, 5.
5.
No, 3. Oh,
Excellent.
Demir just kind of smiles at Aaron Schur and Vervain. Just
The citizens that are about that do seem to notice what's going on. Some of them kind of give Aaron Schur a look.
Mm.
But
What
they
kind
don't- They're not commenting.
what? First time seeing a tree dilf?
free man.
People don't give Ents the respect they
Dream.
deserve, I swear. I know he's probably a dryad, but still.
He's just so cool.
Something like that? I don't know. There's too many tree
Who, Aaron?
creatures.
Aaron Schur's
Creatures.
Creatures.
He's Aaron Schur. He is something different.
You know? Fair enough.
Aaron Shire, the one and only.
Yeah.
He got his own reward. Very special. Very unique.
What are you? I'm Aaron Schur. Okay, what's in your pants? Duty.
Gross.
You know you could
understand
use
Sorry,
a
that's
character
restroom.
fiction.
completely.
Whoops.
Your shit your pants, Aaron Schur.
Listen, I didn't think about that as I was saying it. That
Aaron
shit was the
Shire
conviction.
aggressively sharts himself. Actually, it wouldn't be aggressively, it would be adamantly.
All right. Zoda,
At the game.
what are you up to?
I'm currently jogging towards the group from the direction of the Erudite District.
All right.
They could probably see her in the distance, just like slightly there. As she gets
Half
closer, she
orc.
kind of just like waves.
Hello.
And that
nerd.
is the last one we were waiting for. And everyone who doesn't know everyone gets introduced to everyone.
And that's what we shall call session for the day.
I was gonna have chit chat with her, but it can wait till next week or whatever the next
Mhm.
session is.
Zoda.
Yeah.
Yay!
Soda!
She's here. She's not gonna do anything, but she's here.
She's here. She's quick.
I love my little college girl. She's great.
Excuse me, she has a very important job.
She does.
Babysitting the quartermaster.
The grad student feeling. I want to take her little face in my hands and shake her violently.
I'm so glad she resonates so well with her because I was going for the like grad student sort of like senior college vibe, but I'm not a grad student myself, so I don't have firsthand experience.
You got it. It's just the burnout, you know?
Yeah, I figured. Oh, I'm so glad you guys love her.
GG, everybody. GG.
Get
Wow.
the band
It's
together.
everyone.
Final
On the
stretch.
band together, you'll meet Eatstri and Aldrich's adventuring crew at the Turning Spire and do a little bit of shopping. Till then, I
The
guess.
fellowship is mostly assembled.
Uh,
Thank you.
Well, at least we have a Sean Bean to get turned into a porcupine.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Give it a minute.
Why do you think we invited Zoda? Come on.
In any case, thanks for playing, guys. Fun
Thanks
as
for
always. And we'll
Very fun.
Bye.
Bye.
See you all around.